Tune into this week's on .NET, where I have two of my best friends in the entire world on talking about how to be more productive and build apps faster with .NET MAUI and the .NET Community Toolkit. So tune in. Welcome back, everyone, to another On .NET. I'm your host, James Montemagno, and today I'm super excited because I have two of the contributors to the .NET MAUI Community Toolkit, which is an open source project from the community supported by Microsoft to help developers build apps faster for .NET MAUI. So real excited. My best friends in the entire world, Vlad and Pedro, are here. How's it going, guys?
We're fine. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. I'm super excited that that you guys were both able to join. Now, this is really interesting because you both are contributors to the Community Toolkit. Vlad, how about we start with you? And I would love to know a little bit about your background so people kind of know, but also what got you interested in contributing to the Community Toolkit?
Yeah. Hello, everyone again. My name is Vlad. I'm a software engineer from Ukraine. Despite I mostly work with .NET applications, Azure.NET for ASP.NET applications, but I'm absolutely love mobile development, and it came from Xamarin Forms, and now with .NET MAUI.
Awesome. How about you, Pedro?
Hello. Yeah, I am Pedro. I am a software developer. I have been doing Xamarin applications since forever, since my start of journey here. And I started to contribute with the open source with the Xamarin project. I believe my first PR was on Essentials. And after that, to go to forums. And now I am on the Community Toolkit.
Yeah, I was going to say, so people that have been active in the Xamarin and .NET MAUI community like myself probably have seen the two of you popped up all over the place. Like, I think at some point, probably every other day, it was like something new from Pedro. That is for sure, especially on Essentials, which has been super fun to see. So how about we start off with this, which is many people watching probably have no idea what the .NET MAUI Community Toolkit is, or the entire Community Toolkit project. Vlad, do you maybe want to give a pitch of exactly what it is?
Absolutely. Let me share my screen. So .NET MAUI Community Toolkit was created by the community, and it's a library which extends .NET MAUI framework with additional controls, with additional converters, any other stuff like behaviors. So you can find it on GitHub Community Toolkit repository. Also, we have a great documentation where you can find all stuff which we actually develop, like alerts, which are extension for existing alerts of .NET MAUI, like snack bar and toast. We have a lot of behaviors, converters, and much more.
Very cool. So it's sort of, yeah, a toolkit. It's like a bunch of stuff that isn't in the official .NET MAUI project, but it's things that the community wants, the community is needed, and people can just add it to the Community Toolkit, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly. It may go to the .NET MAUI after it becomes stable in the .NET MAUI Community Toolkit and it becomes popular. Why not? So it's the first point for all who would like to experiment with some feature and really need it. And who knows, maybe one day this feature will become a part of the .NET MAUI framework.
Oh, that's really cool. So it's sort of a place where things can, I guess, like incubate. Like they can kind of, you know, it's like, I have this really cool idea, you know, I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to contribute it. And then you're saying that at some point, it may actually go into .NET MAUI itself.
Yeah. If I can add something here, we have like the week event manager that was added by Brandon Dominic, and it's already on the .NET MAUI. So we ported it from the Xamarin Community Toolkit and is on the .NET MAUI core project itself. So everyone's like Comet or MAUI itself that will use that framework, we can take advantage of that. And also we have another feature that we are talking to maybe put on .NET MAUI, there is the status bar color. So you have the ability to change the status bar color for Android and iOS. And yeah, let's see if that goes in.
That's super cool. And I'm seeing you browse here, Vlad, of like all of these behaviors and converters. So this is super nice because this is like super common functionality that developers may be wanting to do, and they can just grab this package and go basically.
Exactly. They just need to install this package, make some additional one line of code for initial setup in MAUI program, and to build this to initialize our community toolkit, and that's pretty much it.
Cool. Do you want to show it off a little bit? You know, what's kind of new and what's kind of like getting ready for developers on this one?
Yeah, so let's go to Visual Studio. So what first you need, I will show it on my sample application. This is .NET MAUI application, latest version. So first of all, you need to install this Community Toolkit Maui package, and you need to initialize it by calling this method for builder. And it's pretty much it. Yeah, and now you can use all controls, all stuff which we have in Community Toolkit.
Oh, cool.
For example,
Simple.
yeah,
Super simple.
yeah, exactly. And for example, one control which was recently added, like DrawingView, which actually support the new handler architecture. You need to import the namespace from the toolkit, and now you can use all controls which we have there, like uniform items layout. You can use some other controls like DrawingView. We have pop-up, or all other converters which we have in our toolkit can be used in your application.
Very cool. What so you said DrawingView was something that was more recently added. What is that?
Well, DrawingView is a control which allows you to draw some lines. If you remember the signature pad of Xamarin, and it's the next version of it, which was migrated to Xamarin Community Toolkit, and now it's a part of the NET MAUI Community Toolkit. And how it works, let's see in this application. So you can draw any lines, and you can make some background. You can specify the line width, like line color, do whatever you want. Just draw some lines. For example, I prepared a small image.
Oh,
You
cool.
know this guy, yeah, and yeah, you can draw it. So you can create any drawing application, whatever you want. It can be drawn. It can be a signature pad. It can be like this one, just like a paint application. You can use any lines, for example, for some gestures which user can associate with some actions. So whatever you want.
Wow, that's super cool. And I'm also seeing that the uniform items layout, I'm assuming those like colors over there, that's making sure that each item inside of there is the same exact size. Is that correct?
Yeah, uniform items layout calculates, it's a simple layout. It's similar to grid, and it calculates the first, it means that the size of each item here is the same as the first one. So all items here have the same size. Yeah, and it's automatically layout all content here.
That's really cool. I mean, obviously the drawing view, being able to just have a view, have a canvas that you can draw on is amazing. But I'm amazed by the uniform layouts. I feel like that's something that back in Android days where I would write Android XML, I'd have to do that for Android, and it was always a pain to do that. So it's really cool. There's just a layout now that's like, here you go, done.
Yeah, it also supports some additional fields like max items in max rows and max columns. So you can even specify how many. So it's similar to grid.
Yeah.
And it automatically moves your items to the next line, so you do not need to care about building the grid and put some item in a specific row. So it will automatically lay out all items which you have here.
This is amazing. I honestly had no idea that existed, and this is like blowing my mind. I'm going to use that in like all my applications. I've been doing all this manual work, but it's just a layout. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. I think that's so neat. And obviously the drawing is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, where is this a sample on the GitHub repo, or is this something that you just built on your GitHub?
Yeah, it's my. You can find this MAUI sample of my GitHub on my GitHub, and here I go all samples like Kanban board. Probably someone will interested in it. Some stuff with SQLite, some authentication stuff, and much more.
Awesome.
If you're interested,
Yeah, I'll grab the links and I'll put them in the show notes. So if people are looking to just like get started somewhere, this is cool because I think, a lot of times people are looking to get started and they don't know where to go. Like they have this idea of like creating a drawing application or something like this. And you basically built an entire, MS Paint, which is amazing. So that's so cool.
Yeah.
And it didn't look like that much code. You just had some buttons and that. So one question I had for you really quick is on the drawing view, I have you here. How does the interactions work? Did you actually have to draw stuff, or like how does that actually work behind the scenes, or is it just doing it automatically with touch events?
Yeah, we use .NET MAUI graphics as a background where you can subscribe for on mouse on touch start, touch move, touch end, and on that event we save some points. So we support multi-line mode. Which like here you see that there are multiple lines allowed. If we set just one line, the next time which you start drawing, it will be just removed and redrawn with a new one. You can also, we have some drawn action, so which gives you access to the canvas, like here, where you can just draw some whatever you want on canvas. And we also have some commands, events, so you can find more details on documentation. And but as you mentioned, it's just as in the background, we just use .NET MAUI graphics.
Very cool. I also love that you're using the MVVM community toolkit as well, part of the .NET. We had Sergio on recently. I did a video. I love it. It's so good. It's in my workshops. It's in everything. I think it's just like the coolest part there too. So I'll make sure I put a link to the video for that as well, in case people are missing on that. Yeah.
Actually, I found this stuff from your video. So thank you very much.
It's cool, right? Because there's a bunch of different community toolkits and a lot of them can be used together. So it's super cool. I'm glad that the video helped. That's awesome. Pedro, I know you had some other stuff too you wanted to show off. What do you got for us?
Sure. So I have to show up the pop-up control, and is a control delivered for us by Andrew on the Xamarin Community Toolkit area. So this is something that I want to point out as well, because like if you have a plugin, if you have a control, if you have something amazing on your project that you can open source it, but you don't have the time anymore to maintain that, talk to us, and we will circle back to see if you can add this feature to the Community Toolkit and keep maintaining it and deliver that to the world. So the case of pop-up was exactly that. Andrew have been using it like since forever on his application in production, and he mentioned, okay, I talked to my company, to my patron, and he said that I can open source it and I want to bring it to the Community Toolkit. And you say, oh yes, of course we want that. And I just moved that to the .NET MAUI Community Toolkit to use the handwriting stuffs. And let me share my screen real quickly here. So I will show some, this is our sample application that you can find on our repo here. So we have the samples, and And aside the samples, we have our Maui application. So I am just running that. So if you want to check it out, just clone or download the repo, and you are good to go. So here we use the native pop-up for each platform. So for Windows is the flyout, for Android is a dialog, and iOS is a UI, is a view controller that we draw the pop-up. So here is showing that we can show the pop-up, anchor it to any view. So like the pop-up is this black circle here, and is related to this X label. So I can move this label, and the pop-up will render above that. So this is great for like you have a form or a screen and you want to show a little tip for the user when he press some question mark. This is the way to go. Also, we can control, for example, the positioning of the pop-up. So we can present on the top of the screen, at the middle of the screen, on the top right of the screen, any place that you want to show that. And we have a lot of stuff. So like we can change the size of the pop-up in real time. So you can, so after you present your pop-up, you can change that because everything is bindable. We have a pop-up with buttons that we can return some value, if the user press OK, if it's like a little form for login or sign up, you can grab all that information and treat that when the pop-up is dismissed. Also, the pop-up is dismissed when we click outside the area. So we can also avoid that. So if you have a pop-up that you don't want your user to close this pop-up, tapping outside, you can't do that. You can control that, and the pop-up will be dismissed just when the user do whatever you want to do. And we have also a transparent pop-up like this, so you can just show some icons here. Yeah, it's very simple, but it's very powerful feature. The pop-up is, they don't have too much to show here, but it's on our sample. And looking to the code here, like you can see, it's just normal XAML, and our pop-up works similar to the navigation view, because to trigger that out, you just need to call the show pop-up method, and this show pop-up method is tied to a page. All right, it's a control page, so you need to have a page, and using that page, you can show a pop-up in wherever page that you want. And if you want to anchor a pop-up, you just pass the view and set the view on the pop-up here, and the pop-up will calculate that for you. So yeah, it's pretty much it.
That is super cool. I mean, when I think about pop-ups, I do think a little bit of, different sizes, but I think what was really cool is that you were showing that you can move it. So if you wanted to do like a tutorial for your application, right, you could highlight and walk them through it. And those pop-ups are interactive, like you showed too. So it's just a view and a different thing, right? And you can put anything there.
Yeah, it's type of view. So anything that you want to put inside the vertical stack layout, the control, whatever, you are good to go.
Awesome.
And of course, all in XAML. So you can do in XAML or C# as well if you want to code in your UIs in C#.
That's awesome. I love it. I'm going to, again, all of this stuff, I knew that some of this stuff was in there, but like seeing it, is just so cool. One question for you two before we kind of like wrap it up is, let's say you are someone that wants to contribute, both of you are from the community, neither of you work at Microsoft. How was it working on this project and actually contributing, like, from the outside on this thing?
Well, I would say that is, I mean, you are asking like how we came to the team or how we start to contribute to the
yeah, just like how is it working on an open source project of this size, and working with the members from Microsoft and things like that?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing because like for my background, I never paid for a C# course, a Xamarin course. I learned everything from the community for free. So I want to give back to the community what I grabbed, and I started to contribute to open source. But actually, I was having more more feedback to me, because having like amazing engineers at the Microsoft team reviewing my code, teach me how to code is just amazing. And it's very, very good to work in a project like this size, because I can say to everyone, hey, you made this app using Xamarin or Maui, or you're using the Community Toolkit. Yeah, you have my code on your application. So yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty amazing.
How about you, Vlad?
Yeah, I also agree with Pedro, and it's awesome to be a part of Community Toolkit and contribute there, because you can like promote control which you need for your application and go and develop it first. You also, you communicate with the Microsoft team, and you get a feedback. You get a faster answer for your questions. If you have any, you learn much faster because you actually develop for some preview stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, thank you both for really coming on and showing off awesome features, and congratulations on each of the releases as it gets out there. It's been really fun to see it evolve. So thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. And we'll put links to everything that we showed here today. So that's going to do it for this week's on .NET. Of course, you can find this video and all of the other ones on the .NET YouTube or at docs.microsoft.com. There's a shows page you can find on .NET right there. Boom. We're here every single week. And of course, we have tons of live streams at live.net. Which is really cool, and on the YouTube. And heck, if you made it this far in the video and you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Super helps the video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe wherever you're at so you get notified every single time there's a new video. Well, I'm James Montemagno, and this has been another on .NET, and thanks for watching.